Hi, this is Raymond from Tesla Offer. Today we are going to install the Electric Frunk for Model X. So let's try to introduce the tool needed. You basically need a flathead screwdriver, some pliers, T20, two 12mm wrench. So you need this to adjust the nuts here. And this is a 13mm or 40mm, both are fine. We need to remove something using this wrench. And some 10mm socket, head socket. So also you can use some electrical tools. It's also a 10mm. So this is basically 10mm. So different kind of 10mm wrench to do some bolt removal. So this basically the tool is needed. You can get it easily from any hardware store, Home Depot. So let's get started. The first thing we can do is to remove the trim piece here. So we can remove this three piece first. So just pull it out, very easy. And then pull this out. And the last piece is very easy. And after that, we will try to remove this big front piece here. So here, there are two light connectors. In order to remove that, use a small flathead screwdriver or a flathead screwdriver. You can insert it here and then put it out. So insert here and then put it out. Yeah. So you can see what I did is I push it here, push it down here, and release it. So after that, you can remove the whole thing here. After you remove the piece, then there are a lot of 10mm head screws that you need to remove. I recommend an electrical one. You can do it manually, but it will take a lot more time. Okay, so after that you can just take out the whole piece. After that, you remove this piece. So there are two, this is T20 screws, so you also need the T20 screws here. And then we need to pry this 4 piece out. Let me do this 4 piece first. So you insert into this gap and then just rotate your screw, then you will be pried out. And then we will remove this 2 T20 here. So you need to hold this when you remove it. After you fully loosen it, because this will fall off. So just grab the T logo and then just remove the screws and then pull this out. Pull this out. So this is the Tesla logo. So after that, we will remove this 7 10mm heads. So using my electrical tool again, I remove this 5 first. So don't mess it up. This screw is longer, so don't mess it up with the other 10 millimeters screw. Okay, put it here. And this tool also needs to be removed. One on the left and one on the right. Okay, after that, you can remove this piece. So you can just set it aside, or you can just remove the this one here. Let's try to remove it. Use a small flathead screwdriver. Just push it from the side, and then push down, and then you can remove it. So then I can remove this piece. I just put it here first, and then we would install it back later. So after that, you can see there is 2 more push pins that you need to remove. And here, after that, you can just push it up. So now we will do the strut removal first. So let's use our flathead screwdriver again. So let's try to remove this one first. So to remove this, there's a gap here. You use a small flathead screwdriver, you insert it here, and then with another hand, push up the hood a little bit. Try to push up, just slightly push up, and then this hand, remove it. Just twist and pull, and then it can be removed. So for the lower joint, it's the same. You find the gap, insert, and then remove. Remember, after you remove it, try to have someone to hold the hood because one strap might not be have enough force to hold the hood. So next thing, we need to remove this thing. You need to use a 13 millimeters or 40 millimeters wrench to remove this. Let me show you how to do it. So just put it aside. So in our kit, we include 2 pieces of this. One is labeled L and one is labeled R. So this is the right side of the car. So we use the R, and that is the left side of the car. So you use the L. So here, let's place the R in this side. So just after you remove that, just put it here and insert the screw. So just tighten this screw after you fix it. So this one is a hex key, so you can use a T30, yes, to screw it. Yeah, so you need the T30 as well. So let's try to tighten it. So remember, this one you need to align with the side of this metal piece. So tighten it. Okay, so it's tightened, so we can put our strap in here. So to place the strap, I prefer to do the lower joint first. So just insert the strap, the ball joint, into the ball joint. So then insert the upper joint. Okay. So repeat the same thing on the other side. So on the right side of the car is the same. Use a flathead screwdriver, insert here, with one hand pushing the hood upward, and then twist and pull. So same thing with the lower ball joint here. Insert and push. And after that, using this, the wrench to remove this one. So here we remove the existing one, and we put the arrow in here, the left side of the car. Okay, so it's tightened. So now we can just do the same thing. We install the strap here. So okay. So that's basically how you do the strut, and then we go back to the latch now. So this is the latch here. The first thing we need to do is to remove this this spring. So you can use bare hand to push it, pull it. If bare hand is not strong enough, you can use the plier with one hand holding it, and then use the plier to pull it out. Yes. So this is how you remove this. So then you need to remove the 10mm hats here. So this is the one that you need to remove. So here we will loosen it. Yeah. This place is a little bit tight for electrical tool, so I use the manual tool here. Okay, after that, now we can do our latch motor. So this is our latch motor. On the side of it, on the end of it, it have this unit here. So we need to install this into here. But first you need to check these two nuts if they are secured. If not, then you need to use the 12mm wrench to tighten it. So normally I'll leave like 4 frets here and 5 frets here, but then you can adjust it according to your car. If you after you install it, you cannot the hook cannot pull enough, then you need to remove the nuts towards the end. So so right now it's good, so we just insert it here. So there's a little hook here, so we'll hook it into this hole. Let me show you this hole. Insert it and then rotate it. Yes. Okay, so it would be look like this. Like this. So then we need to tighten the 10mm heads back into here. So after we tighten it, this is the last piece to insert. We insert into this little piece here. There's a hole, rectangle hole, so just put it here like this. And the last thing here is to put our spring. This is the spring we provided. We hook it back like how the OEM hook the spring is. This one is less force, so it has less force, so it's easy to hook it there. So after that it's done. So the latch motor, we'll put it here. This is normally I just stick it against the bumper. So you just stick it here, stick it against this bumper, and then run the wire to the front. So I run the wire to the battery here. So the next thing we do is to do the power. To get the power, we will directly take it from the battery, the 12-volt battery. So we just try to pull the HEPA filter, this piece. If you have premium package, you have the filter, but just push this piece here. And then here is where you tap the power. You can remove the cover. To get the power, we loosen this one. It's a 10 millimeters. So then we insert our wire here. This is the wire with the fuse. So we tighten it back. Okay, so now for the ground, we get it from the negative terminal. Yeah. So this is the ground we take. It's also a 10 millimeters. So we insert it here and then tighten it back. Okay, so now with this wire, there is a metal piece here. So we take off this and then insert it like here, like this. Insert all the way and then try to pull it, make sure it's locked, and then just insert back to here. So now we have got our power. So this is our last wire. This is where you get the signal. So let's start with this pair. So this pair is to this one here. So you just use your finger to push up and then pull it out, and then you connect it here, and then connect this back into here. Remember to insert all the way, otherwise this is for the frunk signal status, the frunk status. So if you fail to connect, you will not operate. You will not show the frunk status correctly. So this one is more critical. Because if you fail to take this correctly, your frunk won't open. So the trick is here. So this is the motor you need to look at. Here you can see there's two similar plugs here. One is here and one is here. Always try to look at the one that is near the side of the car. So in order to confirm it, you can see from here, this is the latch we look at. So you follow this latch, just follow this wire, go here, and you can see it's going to this unit. So this is the one that we need to disconnect. So to disconnect it, use your finger to push up and then push down. So here is the connector. Then we use our wire here. Connect this with this one. So try to connect it. So it's connected. And this one, remember this one, you need to connect it back to the connector here. So let me try to use my hand. Okay, so now it's putting back into this connector, and later we'll teach you how to test it. So this is our control unit. So we just plug everything here, and we get the motor, the latch motor. Just insert it here, and then the strut. Sorry. Okay. So insert it here. The left side and right side doesn't matter, yeah, but it's up to you. If you want to follow the label, it's fine. So now the remaining strut will run from here to here. So the last thing to connect is the power. So the power is here. Okay, so it's flashing, it's really good. So, and the last thing to connect is the buzzer. This one. This one is useless in Model X. You can cut it and wrap it with tape. Or you can just let it here, but use some tape to tape it over to prevent water getting in. So now let's try to connect the buzzer. So just connect it and then just set it aside. Let's try to test the system first. And then to test it, it's better if we can initialize the system first, but it's optional. But let's try to initialize it. So to initialize it, you can use, this is something that we use to tie the cable. So we just cut the, to strip the wire, the insulation, and then just, let me try to do it better. Okay, so we have two sides with metal exposed. So now we can get our connector here. So look for the purple wire, the purple one. Insert one side to the purple wire. So this hole is the purple wire. And on the other side, we touch it to the ground. And the light connector is a good ground. This is the LED connector you had, the OEM one. The black wire is the ground, so you connect it here. So just try to hold it. So you can hear a beep sound, that means it's initialized. So you can then remove the connection. And then now we can test the system. So in order to test the system, the first thing we need to do is to try to see if the latch can be released. So use your hand to push this down, or use a screwdriver to push it down. So now it's locked. So now try to use your key fob or the button to make sure the latch release. So let me try to use the emergency button in the front, or you can use your key fob to open the front. So you can release, so that means it's good. So at least you know that the front can be operated, even if there's no power, it can be opened. So after that, you close the front manually. And then use your key fob to open it to test the system. So now let me try to teach you how to set the speed, because it's not easy to do it once you install everything back. So same, use your wire that we made, insert one side into the purple and the other side to the black wire in the LED connector. Hold it, keep it connected. Let me stop the hood first. Let me do it again, because it's better, because when you hear the beep, it will set the height. So make sure the hood doesn't go down when you do it. So let me try to touch it again, because you need to touch. Okay, so now it's good. So let's hear the first beep sound first. And then we continue to hold it. So this is speed setting. The more beep you hear, the faster it operates. So now it's speed 4. Speed 5, and then I disconnect it. So now it's set to speed 5. And you can try to test which speed you like the most. The fastest speed is speed 6. So now I set it to speed 5. So let's try to see how it does, how it do again. Let me get my key fob here. So let me close the frunk again. Yeah, we didn't try to close the front, so let's try to do it now. So it's good. So now we can open it again. So everything is done, and then you just need to put everything back. At last, we can teach you how to place the control unit. And sometimes it happens when you put back everything, the hood cannot close completely. That time you need to adjust the 2 nuts here. You need to adjust the nuts towards the wire end, so to make it pull tighter. So in case after you put back everything and then it doesn't latch completely, then you need to adjust these 2 wires. So I don't. I recommend you to put everything back, but not to tighten the screw yet. Test the thing again, and then if it works great, then you can just install everything back. So let me try to teach you how to do the control unit now. So basically, this is where I normally put it here. If you have a better place, you can do it as well, but this is where I put it. Yeah, but I normally will use a bag to just cover the whole thing. So this is for basic waterproofing. This spot is pretty safe from water, but it's a good practice to use the given bag to just cover the whole box. And then we can just place it here. I will use my double-sided tape. And then place the box in here. So like this. So it's pretty safe. So now the buzzer, you can set it anywhere. Let me try to put it here. Okay. So now just try to reinstall everything, do everything in reverse, and then everything will be great. So thank you. I hope you like the kit.